Hey guys, how you doing today? Dr. Steven Akintayo here. I'm super duper, lupo, rupo, luku, whatever excited, okay? So welcome to today's show. I want to share a few things with you guys. This is almost now a daily webinar that I share. And my goal is just to be able to, you see, I am, what do I call it? Somebody said that word and I'll never forget. Said Dr. Steven is democratizing, okay, wealth creation. In other words, information billionaire, rich people know and they will not share with people is what Dr. Steven has been sharing to people for free. Most times it's for free. Of course, sometimes I charge and I have the right to charge, because if I don't also charge, I won't be able to be this wealthy enough for you to even believe that what I'm teaching is real. So I charge, sometimes. But I tried many times to bring a lot of things for free. It's just so that I can democratize the process of people becoming rich, right? And it's not up to you whether you're going to take that action, you're going to believe it, you're going to work on it, or you're not going to do that. So I think it's very, very important that we understand the place of, the place of taking advantage of what we're sharing, because many people know the same thing, but they're not sharing it. So today I want to share with you why rental income is the best way to become financially free and to retire early and rich. Yes. Okay. Why rental income investment? Okay. Rental income real estate investment is the best option for guaranteed financial freedom and retirement. So you're joining me, tell me your name, your city, and share this video at least 50 times. We want this to go viral. We want to change lives. We want to impact as many people as possible. Let's get the whole world to come join us and get their life changed and learn how to build wealth legitimately. Okay, it's also important that I say here, somebody is saying that they chat my office and my assistant didn't do a good job. First thing I need you to know is you are not the one to define whether my assistant did a good job or not. Okay, I am the one. So people reach out to my PA and sometimes can be very rude. Okay, and I get a bit upset when I get some feedback, and because I want to speak to your boss. I'm sorry, you can't speak to me. If you claim to value me, I do not value and respect those who work with me, then that's fake. Because many of these people are well read, well exposed. Many, even are not doing this because of money. Many got better opportunities. They decide to stay working with me because they believe in my vision. Many decide to work with me even when their family members did not support the move. And so when you reach out to them and you're not courteous and polite in your manner of approach, it's just not fair. You fail to realize that there are people behind what I do, and these people are as good as you are. Some of them are even better than you that you're reaching out to them, okay? But that they decide to work with me doesn't make them less in any way. So it's fair that when you're reaching out to those who work with me, please accord them the best regard. The way you want to treat me, the way you respect me, please respect them that way. And I promise you they'll give you the best. And also be willing to listen to them. We have our policies. I've gotten screenshots because sometimes I say I want to see evidence of what the person said. And I got shocked. Like, why will anybody talk to anybody this way? Right? Why? Some even threaten, I'll talk to your boss, I'll report you to your MD. And so these people have to do their job and they're professionals, right? Those who work with me are good, trust me. So let's get back to the training. So please, you said that you didn't like the way they reach out to you. Send me a DM, right? Reach back to them. Let them know you didn't like the way. Send me a mail, info@stephenakintayo.com. I will see it, right? And I promise you also don't take staff not taking customers seriously. Everyone try to make sure they know. Everybody that work with me know that I prioritize customers. I value customers. I let them know customers pay your salary, not me. So let's make sure we treat customers well. But it's also fair that customers also treat those who work with me very well and talk to them with the best regard. The way you talk to me, right? Talk to them that way. So please, again, like I said, share this video 50 times. Get everybody in here. Get as many people in here. And let's get into today's session. Now, how many of you are ready for me? If you're ready today, type, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Come on. I need the energy in the house. Energy, energy. If you're ready for me, type, I'm ready. So I can see David from Lagos. I can see Adana from Lagos. Farouk from Abuja. Ayobami from Glasgow, UK. Come on, let's do this. You're ready? Type, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Let's do this. So I'm going to be sharing with you about 6 points I've itemized here. Adesoya Yakub from GTEX Home, Omole Yakub Yade. Thank you for working at GTEX Homes. Right, we have amazing people work with us at GTEX Home. Thank you for joining. Please share this video 50 times, okay? Share, get everybody in here. So number one, I want to share with you, why should I, think of rental income? So the first thing, what is rental income? When it comes to real estate investment, what is rental income? Rental income basically is the process of buying a particular house, a particular property, for the purpose of being able to rent it out to tenants and getting residual income. Can everybody type residual income? Or getting what we call cash flow, or getting what we call passive income. So the concept about being a rich man or a rich woman, Bright from Maryland, good to see you, simply means, when we say becoming a rich man, becoming financially free, what do we mean? We mean that how do you keep making money when you stop working, right? So today, some people think they are rich, but they are not rich. The day they stop working, they will realize they are not rich. And we've seen this happen to footballers. We've seen this happen to artists. We've seen this even happen to writers, authors, actors, actresses. They were earning millions of dollars, working. But by the time they needed to retire, because they have not built passive income, they've not invested in things that even when they stop working, money will keep coming. And because the older you get, the more your bills. I want everybody to write this. The older you get, the more your bills. Now, people used to think that the older they get, the less their bill, but that's wrong. The older you get, the more your bills. For example, the older you get, the more medical bills you get. That's a fact. The older you get, the more medical bills you get. The older you get, the less active income you will make. Let me say that again. The older you get, the less active income you will make. You will no longer make active income. When you're young and you can work in a company, they pay you fat salary. That's called active income. When you're young and you could play music in a sweet way and they pay you good money, that's active income. Everybody type active income. When you're young and you're a soccer player and you could play football like Ronaldo, see a lot more, right? That is what? Active income. But even as I speak to you, Ronaldo's money has started coming down because he's getting older. He's not in his A days. So the older you get, the more your active income goes down. Active income comes down. That's salary, payment for services you render, payment for you in terms of your talent, your artistic skill, the older you get. So what then happens is, if you do not invest in passive income, now that you are younger, now that you are able to work and they are paying you, if you do not invest in passive income, in your latter years, you then struggle. This is why, how many of you have seen people in the UK, in the US, in their 60s still working at the airport, right? That woman that attend to you at the airport information desk. Have you noticed? Okay, that woman is over 60 and you're wondering like, why is she still having to do this kind of job? Right? That home health, home care, you just see some people who are still they're quite older and still having to work. Usually it's because sometimes people rely on, 401k, retirement money. That money doesn't work anymore. Inflation has hit that money, and your bills at an older age, your dental bills, your health bills are so high, that money is rubbish and nonsense. It won't take care of you. Okay, he won't do that. I have a wonderful woman, I call her my adopted mother, I call her grandma. She's 82, right? At 82, mama, she doesn't work, but she can tell you that the whatever they were to be paying her, now that she's older, can't pay the bills. Right? Thank God for whatever she's invested when she was younger. Are you learning, guys? If you're learning type, I am learning. I'm getting value. So what are we saying? We're saying that there are other investments you could be doing now, but none of them guarantee financial freedom and retirement like rental income. What do I mean? I'll give you a typical example. Forex. You could do, by the way, I coach people on how to do Forex and make money. So don't get me wrong. I do this. But I'm saying guarantee one. Which one is guaranteed that you will not lose? So I do Forex now. At some point, I can lose every money that I invested in Forex. Everything can go down. In just few days, I can lose all my money. Cryptocurrency, doing very well now. Bitcoin is over $60,000. Hey, yeah. But guess what? Bitcoin can crash to $10,000. It did this year to less than 6,000. Right? To about 6,000. So these things are not guaranteed. They are not reliable. They could go down. Everything can crash. Please share this video 50 times if you're getting value. I can see all of you say you're getting value. I want this to go viral. Okay, so share on Facebook or WhatsApp or LinkedIn, across all social media platforms. Share. Get everybody in here, okay? Share this video. So Bitcoin can crash. You know that. As I speak to you, the Naira launched by CBN, people are already hacking it. It's already been hacked as I speak to you. E-wallet. It's been hacked as I speak to you. Yes, e-Naira. And CBN had to do a disclaimer right now to say, hey, if you lose money on your wallet, we are not going to pay you back. If somebody hack your wallet, don't say CBN pay me back. We ain't going to do that. We are not going to do that. So you're on your own or you're lower. So what am I saying? Am I saying don't do it? No, do it. But don't put all your money into that because it's not guaranteed. But I can say put all your money in real estate. That's where my money is. Majority, 95% of my asset is in real estate. Why? Because it's reliable. Okay, it's reliable. If I can buy 20 properties right now, and I can be making, okay, $20,000 every, let's even say, forget $20,000. Let's say $10,000 every year on each of those properties. And I can be guaranteed rental income appreciation of as little as 5%. 5% rental income, 5% appreciation. Ladies and gentlemen, in a year, I am making, ladies and gentlemen, $200,000 what? Dollars in a year. Now, how many of you can survive on a $200,000 income that you do not need to work for? If you can survive on it, type I can survive. How many of you can survive on $200,000 income a year? Now, why is rental income good? That $200,000 in the second year will have increased to guess how much? $205,000. In the third year, $210,000. Because you have 5% rental appreciation if you get it right. Now, let me do a disclaimer. Everybody type disclaimer. Everybody type disclaimer. Everything I'm teaching you, you need an advisor to do them. Please, everybody type disclaimer. Okay? You need an experienced advisor who has results in whatever they're teaching you to guide you. So this is not, I watch it on YouTube, I watch it on Dr. Stephen's page, oh, I'm just going to go do it. Hey, disclaimer, everybody type disclaimer. I'm telling you right now, what is my job? My job is to open you that, oh, so there's an opportunity here. So if you now need to go and pay an advisor to then guide you, then go do that. At least now you know there's an opportunity. Okay? But you do not take what I'm teaching here and just go and start doing it without getting an advice, right? Without getting an expert to guide you and coach you. Please, I'm saying this again because it's very important. I see people just jumping and they think they are wiser. Like, I'm not going to pay anybody. Can you imagine how brilliant Dr. Stephen has taught me? Brilliantly explained. I'm just going to go do it. Why should I pay any advisor? Why should I go and get a coach? Why should I get a financial advisor? I don't need nobody. Disclaimer from the person teaching you. What am I doing? I'm opening your eyes to say, okay, there's an opportunity there. Then if my advisor is saying I need to pay $10,000, right, or $20,000 to guide you in this, I then know it is worth it, right? Because sometimes when people tell you they want to charge you an amount, you're like, are you kidding me? You guys are ridiculous. What are you talking about? Because you've not analyzed the opportunities in it. Okay? So please share this video 50 times. Again, if you are learning, type, I am learning, I'm learning, I'm learning. I want this to go viral. Many of our people are struggling financially. I've shared this with you 1,000,000 times. If we want to end racism among black people, we must end poverty. We must end poverty. And that's why I do this kind of video. I want to share all I know about building wealth, about wealth creation with everybody I know. The earlier you become rich, the better. I am excited. I want you to make it. I want you to make it. It's my joy that you're wealthy. I can't give you naira and kobo. My naira and kobo goes to orphans, goes to widow, go to orphanage home, go on education. I already have who to give. Don't come and meet me that you are an orphan and widow. In fact, every year, I don't meet up with my target when it comes to this, right? Tomorrow now, GTEX Homes, Omole is still going to an orphanage home to go and do major charity projects. So I already have my bills as to who to do charity to. But how can I help people? I can teach them what I know instead of giving them fish. I can open them up. I say, this is how I did it too. You too can do yours. You can take the exact step. Okay? So are you ready? 6 steps to take. Now that you understand what rental income, are you now ready to take the steps? If you're ready, type, I am ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Come on, talk to me, guys. Are you ready? If you're ready, 6 steps to then start your journey when it comes to rental income, real estate investment opportunity. Number 1 way to make this possible for you. How and why this is possible. How and why you can do this. Number 1, flexible payment plan. So I meet people who say to me, Dr. Stephen, the reason why I have not been able to buy my first property and rent it out to people, or buy a good property in a place where I can rent it out and get good rental income, is simply because I don't have the bulk money to pay. Okay? Now, but the reality is that's not true, ladies and gentlemen. You can pay flexible payment. For those of you in Nigeria, there is an opportunity by our company for you to make just 3 million naira deposit and you begin to pay 1 million in some property 2 million, some property 1.5 million every month. In 2 years, you own your rental property. You rent out the house and you are making crazy money. And when you hit a particular part of your payment, maybe you hit up to 20%, we can link you up with a mortgage company that will help you pay the rest. So that way, you can then work with the mortgage company for another 15 years to pay. But at least you now have a house, you move into your house or rent out the house. Either way, you now own a house, right? And this is very, very key. What flexible payment plan? Another method is government scheme. There are government schemes in the UK, in the US that allow you to even get support. Like in the UK, you have Help to Buy, right? Help to Buy scheme or first-time buyer scheme, where you just need to drop 5% of the money of the property. The government will give 120%. If you are buying in London, they will give you 40%. I'm not kidding you. So the mortgage will only cover another 55%. All you need to drop is 5% of the cost of the property. And you say, okay, so what's the highest money I can get on a London property? Because, hey, London properties are expensive. You can get as much as 600. We're back. Everybody, if you can see me type, we are back. We are back. We are back. If you can see me type, we are back. We are back. We are back. Come on, everybody. If you can see me type, we are back. We are back. Remember to share this video 50 times. Facebook, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, across all social media platforms. Get everybody in here. Let's add value to humanity. I really love adding value. I love what I do. I love the fact that I'm able to make money, and I'm also able to teach other people how to make money and become wealthy. It just gives me joy. Okay, so please share this video 50 times. Facebook, WhatsApp, get everybody in here. If you can hear me now, type we are back. We are back. Come on, everybody type we are back if you can hear me. So, for example, you can get as much as 600,000 pounds. Yes, 600,000 pounds. So in other words, you can even buy a property worth oh I want to apologize to all of you. The network itches, but if you can hear me now, can you type I can hear you? If you can hear me now, can you type I can hear you? If you can hear me now, type I can hear you. Okay? If you can hear me now, type I can hear you. I want to be sure that we're back. So I guess my if you can hear me now, type I can hear you. I want to be sure that we are back and we're back and we're back. Please, if you can hear me, type I can hear you. Okay, I didn't want to cut it because I feel if I cut it, I need to start all over again. It just makes the whole broadcast quite difficult. And I love the energy flow, and I just felt let's continue, but I need to be sure that you guys can see me now and that I'm good. Let me even check with my second phone and be sure that we're back. Okay, if you can hear me again, please type I can hear you. Let me see. Okay, can you hear me? Please, if you can hear me, type I can hear you. Okay, good. So we're finally back. Sorry about that. Please, let's all go back and start sharing again. Let's get everybody back in here. Okay, up in here, up in here. So let's get everybody back in here. Let's get everybody back. So, like I was saying, if, for example, the property is £1 million, you know, if you have up to £50,000, you can get another £550,000. You know, and then your mortgage then paid remaining £500,000, right? Or you get £450,000 and your mortgage paid remaining £500,000. So that kind of stuff. So there's so much opportunity, depending on which part of the world you are in, to be able to pay in a flexible way. However, there are a couple of terms and conditions. So, for example, some of this government scheme is only if it's residential, if you're the one living in it. But nothing stop you from living in it for a while. And then later when you're able to pay your mortgage or pay back the government or sell the house, to later then be able to start rental programs, right? So sometimes you may have to do your first property. You may have to go through that pattern and allow you to, you know, have equity appreciation. And then over time, you can sell the house, use that money at that point when you are now buying your second house, you have enough money to be able to buy the house and be able to use it for rental income. Okay, I hope we're learning. If you're learning, type I'm learning. Okay, guys, if you're learning, type I'm learning. So there are terms and conditions, and this is why we say get advisors, right? Some of these government programs, you can't get it if you're not a citizen of that country. So there's a whole lot of terms and conditions attached to most of these things. But the bottom line of the first reason why rental income is good is because you have opportunity for a flexible payment plan, right? Even us in GTEx Homes, we provide those kind of programs. If you're, we open you up to flexible payment plan property in Dubai, in UK, in US, in Nigeria. In Nigeria, we are the ones that own the property. We're the ones developing the property. And so you are able to do that. We're able to create flexible payment plan for you. So if you're ready for number 2, type I'm ready. Come on, talk to me. Come on, I don't like the house. It's too cold. It's too quiet. It's too silence. So everybody, get back in here. I need your energy. I need to engage me. We're off for a while, but we're back. So please share this video. Get everybody in here. Share. Tag your friends, tag your loved ones, and engage me. So if you're ready for number 2, type I am ready. Okay, type I'm ready. Let's do this, okay? Type I am ready. If you're ready for me, type I'm ready. So number 2 reason why rental income, okay, is one of the best way to become financially free and retire rich. Okay, number 2 reason is because you then also have a mortgage option, right? So the first is that you can get a flexible way to pay. The second one is mortgage. Now, mortgage basically are programs that gives you the opportunity to spread the payment of a property for a longer time, right? For a longer time. And what do you mean by that? So I can get a property, and all I need to pay generally across the globe, I just need to pay 20% to 30%. That's usually the standard. 20 to 30%. Once I pay 20 to 30%, I can get a mortgage for the balance. Now, some of the amazing opportunities with mortgage is then that many of the properties then appreciate in equity, even when this mortgage is on. Sometimes you can get 15-year mortgage, you can get 30-year mortgage, depending on the country and where you're buying your property from. But the advantage of that is that it then makes it a lot easier for even people who don't have huge cash, huge capital to own a property, right? And sometimes you are able to still rent out those property and still make income for yourself, right? And in some cases, your tenant can pay your mortgage, right? Your tenant can be the one paying your mortgage. And these are some of the smartest and wise ways to build wealth. Many wealthy people have done it that way. I know a particular man who is a billionaire today, and all he did was to do this model in the UK. At some point, the family owned more than 200 houses. Can everybody type 200 houses? 200 houses in the UK. Everybody type 200 houses that they own, right? And they were making crazy money from it. 200 houses. So one of the things that did for them was, before you know it, they were able to pull out $4 million. I want everybody to type $4 million from all these various properties, right? And then they were able to start their own development company, property development company, right? They were able to start their own property development company. And with their own property development company, they were able to build crazy wealth for themselves, right? When I say crazy wealth, I mean crazy. Crazy as in crazy, right? A multi-billion-dollar real estate empire that they've built today. So they own 200 houses at some point. So they were able to then pool, right, $4 million in terms of equity loan from all these properties they own, and then started a fresh property development company. And of course, 15 years later, boom, multi-billion-dollar real estate development company. So there's a lot in terms of what you can do in mortgage. Again, you need advisors. Number 3, if you're ready for number 3, type, I'm ready, I'm ready. You need financial advisor, you need mortgage advisors before you do this. If you're ready, type, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Come on, talk to me. Everybody, type, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Number 3, ability to get capital appreciation. Everybody type, ability to get capital appreciation. Ability to get capital appreciation. Now, this is the real deal. This is the pepper soup of real estate. Capital appreciation. Everybody type capital appreciation. This is the pepper soup of real estate. Now, what do we mean? The real deal in real estate is called capital appreciation. So, and it just simply means how properties that you are still paying for, either in installment, either in flexible payment, in mortgage, can then appreciate in a very rapid way in a short time. So I give you an example. I get a property, I get a mortgage on it for as much as even 15 years, sometimes 30 years. Now, in 10 years, the mortgage is 30 years. In 10 years, some property, you have capital appreciation of what? 20%, 30%, 40%. In 10 years, capital appreciation. In fact, if you get good advisors to get you good location, some property capital appreciation even goes beyond 50%. And this is crazy, right? It's insane. Because what then happens is sometimes what you put into that property, right, you've made times 4, times 5. I mean, just because you tie down some money, it's that's why I say it's the pepper soup. It's the real deal. And how do you best enjoy capital appreciation? Can anybody guess? How do you best maximize capital appreciation? I want anybody to give me an answer. How do you best maximize capital appreciation? Can anybody give me an answer? What do you think is the best way to maximize capital appreciation when it comes to rental income? Anybody? Who has an answer? Who has an answer? Okay? Who has an answer? Anybody? Come on. There is no right or wrong answer. Come on. No right or wrong answer. Who is there? By reinvestment, somebody said this. By picking an area that value appreciate faster. By remortgage. Okay. Wow. Nobody gave me an answer. Nobody. Okay. Are you ready for this? If you are ready, type I'm ready. Don't tell anybody. Just me and you. This one, don't. Someone say by choosing location close to where an hospital is. Now, are you ready to get the answer? Don't tell anybody. Right? Tell them it's our secret, me and you. Don't tell anybody, because this is pepper soup. Right? Now, the secret is actually doing off-plan sales. Buying off-plan. Everybody type buying off-plan. Okay? Everybody type buying off-plan. That's the secret. And this is where most people don't get it. So when you're doing an off-plan, when you're buying an off-plan, the property developer is ready to actually go way, way down when it comes to the pricing. And you know the reason why? The reason is because your money is part of what they are using to build. So they are willing to go down. They are willing to give you. Because when you are buying a property that is already fully built, the property developer has to consider the loan they took to complete that building. They have to consider their profit at that point. Now they are not ready to negotiate on their profit at that point, because we've put in all the work. Now it's time to get the profit. So we're not ready to negotiate. In fact, let me tell you how sometimes we do property, buildings. The developer sometimes is able to say, maybe the lender, right, for the developer is saying, you know what, you, the developer, you need, let's say, $1 billion for this development, right? Raise $400 million, and guess what? We will give you $600 million. So then they sign an agreement. What is the agreement? Each time they will create what we call an escrow account. So each time the lender sees a certain amount, they will release what? The counterpart 60%. So the escrow account is with the bank, particularly when they do this with the bank. So let me give an example. I'm a developer, so I know how this thing works well. So I could want to take a loan to develop some major project, and I need the bank loan. So the bank will say, yeah, I'm ready to loan you, but I'll only give you 60% of the money you need to build the property. So like I said, let's say total money is $1 billion. So the bank will say, we will create an escrow account. In other words, everybody who is buying into the property off plan, the money goes into an escrow account, controlled by the bank. And once the bank, for example, sees, let's say, I'm just giving an example. They see, let's say they see $10 million in that account. What will the bank give me? They'll give me extra what? Extra $60 million. So now I'm getting what? $70 million. I continue to work. So my marketers quickly again work so hard. Maybe they pull another what? $100 million. What will my banker do again? They give me what? Another 60% of that. So I keep getting liquid to keep doing my job and keep building and keep building. So what then happens is that the developer is desperate to meet up with that counterpart funding of 40% per time. So they are ready to give you at a low price, right? Because they are doing off-plan sales. But again, if you want to do this kind of thing, do with a credible company that they will deliver on their project. So don't go and be doing with companies that don't have track record and integrity, right? So again, a lot of disclaimer I keep doing with everything I keep telling you, escrow, not escrows, right? I do a lot of, so do things like this with companies that are credible, that build reputation. But again, off-plan sales is one of the best way to get capital appreciation. So what do I mean? I'm giving you an example. I have a property here now in London that we did property exhibition in London yesterday. One of the properties in London that we're promoting is popular, is in East London. The capital appreciation as of today is £130,000. Now the property range from 465,000 up to £900,000. Okay, but the capital appreciation compared to their neighbor, their neighbor is selling £130,000 higher than what they are selling. And why? Because their neighbor is completed the building, they are still doing off-plan sales. Now, what will happen? Usually based on appreciation, by the time they are completing the building, the capital appreciation will have probably gone up to £250,000. So the time I'm getting the key to my house, and by that time I'm getting the key to my house, what happened? I have only put in 20%. In some cases, I've only put in 30%, right? Now, the capital appreciation on that property sometimes is already 200% higher than my 30% or my 20% that I put in. What does it mean? If I decide to sell the property on the day of handover, I have already made 200%. Is this making sense at all? If it makes sense, type it makes sense, it makes sense, it makes sense. Come on, I need an answer from all of you. If this makes sense, just be typing, it makes sense, it makes sense, it makes sense, it makes sense. Oh, I need feedback. Share this video 50 times, guys. Everybody, share this video 50 times. Facebook, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, across all social media platforms. Share, everybody. Come on. I need your energy. I told you when I do shows like this, I feed off your energy. The more you engage me, the excited I am. Okay? The more you engage me, the more excited I am, the more I'm able to do this better. So I want to hear from you. Come on, is everybody here? Okay, type it makes sense, it makes sense, it makes sense. If you're getting value, type it makes sense. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. So capital appreciation is actually the big deal, but when the best time to really get tangible value when it comes to capital appreciation is when you are buying it off plan sales. Now, let me tell you another reason why this is important. If you are buying it by the time the company is done with construction, guess what happened? They too will increase their price based on capital appreciation. For example, if I'm done building a house, right? And I know that the real value of the house, even if I want to do, I want to be competitive. Instead of selling my property 250 below the market price, I'll sell it maybe 50,000 below the market price. That's the best I can do. It's a new property. That's the best I can do. So usually the developers too, once the house is completed, they go and do review. They reevaluate the property and then increase the prices, because that's also where they make their profit also. But when you are buying it during off-plan sales, the goal of the developer is to raise liquid to complete construction. That's the goal. Profit is not yet the goal then. They're just trying to raise money to finish construction. So it's when they are done building that they are now very much serious about profit. At that point, they too will sell it at a very higher price. So when you buy off-plan, you have a higher, so it may look as if, oh, for 2 years I'm not getting rental income. Don't worry, you are getting capital appreciation, right? Which is still a cool way to make good money for yourself, right? Number 4, if you're ready for number 4, type I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Come on. If you're ready for number 4, type I'm ready, I'm ready. Number 4, are you ready? Rental income, okay, rental income provide passive income for the rest of your life. Rental income produce passive income for the rest of your life. Now, and this is what many other investment cannot do. So if I decide to trade Forex today, yes, as long as I keep trading, I'm making money, but I can lose all my money. But there may be time the market has crashed and I'm not guaranteed income that period, or there's nothing stable. Even if I know how to trade, if I'm not trading, nothing comes, right? And because you can't do Forex and close your eyes and you are making money. No. Same thing with crypto. It's up and down. But the advantage that rental income does is that I invest once, and for the rest of my natural life, even my own children will continue to collect rent. Right? If by the time I'm long gone, my children inherit that property and continue to collect rent. Guaranteed rent. All this other investment, there's no guarantee that something can go wrong, the market can crash, market can go up. Now, I'm not saying don't do it. Like I told you, I have investment in all these things. But I'm telling you guaranteed ones that come rain, come shine, people will pay your rent. COVID come, government can pay it for some people. What bottom line, you still get rent. That's what matters. Whether it's government paying for them or one thing or the other, your rent still comes. Right? Even during COVID-19, there are people that government had to start helping them to pay rent. But you, the landlord, have the right to get your rent one way or the other. Okay, one way or the other, you continue to get income. So the number 4 reason why rental income real estate investment is the guaranteed way for building wealth and retirement is because you will make passive income for the rest of your life. And we said, what is passive income? Passive income is the kind of money you make from an investment that you don't need to do extra work on. Okay, you don't need extra work for the money to come. You do not need to do extra work for a landlord to get his rent. No extra work required. As long as you have a house, you get rent, right? So these are powerful opportunities that you enjoy when you play in the game of rental income. Let me share this with you. One of the powerful principles of a lot of our grandparents, or parents, I'm talking of the ones who were rich, is this same principle. What many of them did, like the Hebrew of this world, right? They invested in passive income generating asset, right? Ibru owns Sheraton before he died. The late, Ibru, right? Owns Sheraton, owns several assets that were cash flow producing asset. I want everybody to write cash flow producing asset. Everybody, come on, write cash flow producing asset. So rental income is one of those cash flow producing assets. And there are few things that are cash flow. What do we mean by cash flow? Is that they are breaking money every day, bringing money every month, or bringing money every year. Once you can have those kind of cash flow producing asset, you will relax. Another man who has done this is Razak Okoya. He's still alive, but he's done this. Cash flow producing asset. Another man who has done this is Kensington. Adedibu. Abolo. Now, you may not like his own, betting is the game, but betting for him, now this is one of the things people don't know. Betting, I can't do betting because it's against my own faith, my own belief. But not everybody has that belief. Now, betting is not good for you to be a participant, right? But if you own a betting company, you are rich for life till you die. Your children, you don't understand. When CBN had to freeze the for FX of Kensington, you need to know what was there. Go and Google it. You hear the story of how much the Adedibus had in FX. Hey. The FX was competing with state government, with federal government FX, what individuals own in foreign exchange. CBN was mad. Like, are you kidding me? But what again did the man did? He put money into cash flow producing asset. Everybody type cash flow producing asset. So when you are, rental income is one of those things. You buy a house, you rent it out, is one of those things. But again, I've done several videos when I advise you that you have to be careful about rental income. Now, one of the biggest mistakes many people make when it comes to rental houses, right? Investing in houses they can rent out. One of the biggest mistakes, they want to buy in a cheap location. Is the biggest mistake. I can never do rental income in a cheap location. If I'm going to do it in a cheap location, then it has to be an estate that has a good layout, that has a good planning, that has good security. Because even in that area, my house, if it's in an estate, will still bring the highest income. So I'll give you an example. In Ogba, where we have one of our office on the mainland, right? In Ogba, rental income in Ogba, right, is about between 1.5 to 1.8 million for a 5-bedroom apartment, right? Between what? 1.5 to 1.8 for a 5-bedroom apartment. Ogba, Lagos, right? Average location. Now, places like Omole Estate, even though it's under Ogba, that Ikeja, still Ogba. Guess how much a 5-bedroom now goes for? Between 5.5 million to 7 million. And it's the same, Ikeja. Everything is Ikeja. Magodo is still under Ikeja. Right? Every other property not in an estate is going for, around Magodo area. If it's not in an estate, you still find 2 million, 2.5, 3 million. Inside Magodo, you are looking at 8 million, 9 million, 10 million. Same 5-bedroom. Just because it's inside an estate. It's gated, there's security, more people prefer to be inside that location. So I always tell people, biggest mistake, people do this. Those of you in the UK, in the US, you want to go to the countryside. You want to buy property in London, say, let me go to Birmingham. What can I get in Birmingham? What can I get in Liverpool? Listen to me, you get more in central London. Wake up. I just told you about help to buy. First time buyer. Guess what? In every other part of UK, government only give you 20% of the property, the cost of that property. In London, they give you 40%. Now, the maximum amount you can get right? In some locations, it's between £150,000 and £250,000. In London, you can get as much as £600,000. So this is where we make mistakes. We are thinking cheap, cheap, cheap. Where can I buy property cheap, 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 cheap? You have no business being cheap. You have no business. Oh Lord, one day I'm going to teach you about property flipping. Same rental income, but flipping. Right? Cash producing asset, but flipping part of cash producing asset. You better don't buy in a cheap place. One of my friends had to do this. Okay? Bought a property for 350 million naira. And in this case, we use cash payment, right? And cash payment and below market price purchase, because you are using cash payment. The person says you want money urgently, you are ready to pay in 48 hours. But you are ready to buy it from him 50% below market price, 30% below market price. But you have the money cash. Some people need money urgently. Sometimes medical bills. Sometimes it's family crisis. Sometimes whatever. So they are ready to sell as long as you are bringing cash. Ready to sell. Right? So one of my friends did this deal. 350 million. The real value of that property was 750 million. Dropped 350 million. Got the entire property in 45 days. Everybody say 45 days. The property was flipped without even adding any value on top. For 750 million. That's how in 45 days, 350 million made. Clean out. Good money. Correct money. But again, like I said, many people don't get rental income, right? They want to buy cheap locations. I would rather borrow money to complete property in a more expensive location, right? In an estate setting, right? Even though I'm buying it a little bit more expensive, than to go and be buying property in in places that there is no proper planning. Now get this right, get this right. I am not saying you should go and insist on buying Banana Island when you can't afford it, or insist you must buy Lekki Phase 1 when you can't afford it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you can even do Ibejuleki, but inside an estate close to Dangote refinery, you even get more value in the long term than if you even buy Lekki Phase 1, because you will pay less, and the property appreciation, when you look at the growth curve of property in Ibejuleki, is still at the growth phase, right? In Lekki Phase 1 is already getting flat. If I want to buy property now in Lekki Phase 1, if it's a land, it's about 150 million. Right? The chance that the value will increase in the next 10 years, maybe to another 200 million. So it's already almost getting flat, right? But I can buy a property in the Ibejuleki now, right? For 50 million, and in 10 years to come, the value of that property is 250 million. You see what we're talking about? Again, are we getting value here? If you're getting value, type I'm getting value. Please share this video 50 times. Facebook, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, across all social media platforms. Share, share, share. Get everybody in here. I want you to keep sharing. Get everybody to watch this video. So hit the share button and invite people. These are things you pay a lot of money to get training on. Okay? So are you ready? So number 4 is what? Okay, rental income produce lifetime. Okay, cash flow. Lifetime cash flow for the rest of your life. You do this, you keep making money for the rest of your life. Number 5. If you're ready for number 5, type I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. If you're ready for number 5, type I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Come on, everybody. If you're ready, type I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Thank you, Malcolm X, Idris. You've shared this video a lot, and I want to thank you. You are one of, I think this December, you have to get an award anyway. For number 1 social media fan of Stephen Akintayo. We have to give you an award, Malcolm X Idris. And I will do it, by the way. I'm going to be doing a social media award just to appreciate my fans. I will probably give an award to the highest, engager. I'll give an award to the highest defender. I noticed that sometimes people say rubbish on my timeline. I'm about to go and reply, and I've seen like 4 people who have defended me already, and I just like, you know, there's no point. All I will just now do sometimes is just to thank the defenders, like, thank you, you know, thank you for already defending me before I even saw the need to defend myself. So maybe I'll give another award to the highest defender, another award. I mean, I will tell my team, let's come up with an award for, because I have amazing followers on social media. I'll give another award to the highest investor. Okay, you know, from social media. Now, there are some people who invested with me, they are not even on social media. But I will give probably for somebody who is also, for that award, it must be somebody who is also willing to be known that he or she is one of my investors, right? So, but you know, very important. Somebody say no job, that's why. No, Malcolm X Idris has a good job. So it's not as if he doesn't have a job. Okay, he just loves my person and he's always doing that. Are you ready for number 5? Number 5, you're ready, type I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. A lot of you don't know that a lot of people on this platform are very successful people. You know, the caliber of people that listen to me are very, when I meet some of them, I'm like, wow. Doctors, professors. In fact, I remember many students, not more than 5, have said to me, their professor in school said to them, young man, if you want to make it as a young man, go and study a guy called Stephen Akintayo on social media. I'm not kidding you. I've had more than 5 students who told me their professors told them in class that if you want to become successful as a young man, there is a guy on social media called Stephen Akintayo. Go and be following the guy. And I want to thank people like that, because honestly, when I hear stories, I'm like, what am I saying? That a whole professor will be in class and be telling people that, look, if you want to be rich, don't follow we professors. Go and follow one guy. On social media, I mean, it's ridiculous. When I hear stories, I'm like, eh? I've had more than 5 people who wrote me and said, I got to know you from my professor. He told me that if I want to be successful in life, you are the young person I should follow. So it's amazing. I'm humble. So a lot of people who follow me are very successful people. You know, the guy who is saying that they don't have job, you don't understand. Okay, if some of them read their CV for you, you know they have job, right? So number 5, one of the other reasons why you should invest in a rental income is called home loan, home equity loan, right? Home equity loan, home equity line of credit. Okay, home equity line of credit. Everybody type home equity line of credit. Now, there are different names for it all over the world. Different names for it all over the world. Home equity line of credit. That's the word. Please, everybody write it down. Home equity line of credit. Now, different names for it all over the world. But what is important that you need to understand about home equity line of credit is that is one of the pepper soup again. So there are 2 pepper soup. The first pepper soup is off-plan sales. The second pepper soup is home equity line of credit. I want everybody to write it down. Home equity line of credit. This is another big secret why people invest in real estate and make crazy money in real estate. Now, I'm not going to be teaching too much of this because, one, some of it are a bit technical. Some of it are also not supposed to be for free. You know, I'm going to tell you that, you know, no matter how much I love you guys, some things I will not teach for free. Okay? I'll teach you some for free, and they are good enough to start. But I can't teach everything for free. Now, this one is also one of those things I can't teach for free. It's deep, it's very technical, and there's a lot to say about it. And so it's better to just reserve it for paid students. And one of the reasons why I need to say this is also, if one over teach it, people get confused, people go and do it without getting support, without getting training, without getting a financial advisor to guide them. And if they then make wrong decisions, they will still end up blaming you. And it's because half knowledge is what they trade in. Let me say this. Half knowledge is worse than ignorance. Everybody write it down. Half knowledge is worse than ignorance. Because if you are ignorant, a lot of time you will know it. if your brain is correct, and it helps you to at least be a bit humble and tread carefully. But when you have half knowledge, there's a way it puffs you up sometimes, and you think you know it, and you really don't know it. That's why full knowledge makes you humble, but half knowledge makes you arrogant, because it's not balanced. It just gives you the juicier part. It doesn't give you the what to do, what is required. And I've seen this with Christians. Grace does it all. Grace, favor, attract favor, right? What does it take to attract grace? What does grace mean? Can you abuse grace? What does it take to provoke favor? They don't want to hear that. What they want to hear, grace, 1 week of grace, terminate years of labor. 1 hour of grace, terminate year of labor. Then you sleep on your bed and say, grace will come on me. Continue. Right? You refuse to take risk. You say grace will cover it. Continue with that. Grace will do it, You refuse to be hungry for success, to take action, to move, to dare, to take risk. You don't do all of that. Say grace cover. You see, I read from my Bible. My Bible says, grace, hallelujah, grace. Continue. Continue. Let me tell you one powerful secret about my life. I was a baby when they started prophesying that I'm going to be very rich and very famous. I grew up when my father is a prophet, a CNN prophet. When all their prophets come to our house, they will be telling him, this son, go and do a tutu. This one, go and fast for 7 days for him. This one, when it comes to my turn, they will say, this one, he will be very rich and very famous. But you see, I did not abuse the grace. That's why I'm seated here. When I grew up, I entered university, I threw those prophecies aside. I rolled off my sleeve and I went to work. All of you here, you can bet to my hard work. If you agree, type I agree. All of you watching me, you can bet to my... This morning now, you see me, today now, you see me done inspection in Dubai. And you see me go with 5 staff. Sometimes I go for inspection, there are 10 of my staff there. Me, the MD, I'm still doing the inspection. They could do it. But I had to learn to be hardworking. To understand that I myself, the leader, must be ahead. My staff must be saying, before we do 1, or God don't do 10. That's how you show leadership. Not the one you say, grace, grace. There's this spirit that follows me. There's this spirit. The spirit just makes it easy. Favor. Oh God, if you want to attract favor, you have to be hardworking. Why do you think people around my life, people who associate with my brand, why do you think they do so? You think it's because of money? It doesn't mean you think it's because of money. This year I've hosted Grant Cardone. The guy is worth over $3 billion. You think it's because of the fact that we paid him to come, that made him to show up? Last month I hosted Robert Kiyosaki. Many of you who watched the event, you heard me say it. He said, when I check what this guy is doing, I say, yes, this is the kind of person I want to deal with in Africa. So that's the kind of person I want to deal with. Okay? That's the kind of person I want to deal with. But you will abuse grace. You'll be saying, and some of you see that and say, they didn't help me. The successful people have not come around me. All these people, they don't want to help young people. Yet there is a way you roll off your sleeves that the day successful people hear your story, they'll be, young man, you are the one I want to deal with. You are the one I want to talk to. Young man, you are the kind of young person I want to associate with. Right? But you say, grace, wake up. Let me tell you this, half knowledge is dangerous. So please do not be hearing all these things and you carry it on your head and say, I know it all. I don't need anybody. I'll go and be doing it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Now you've heard the roadmap. Go further and say, I need coaching. I need training. If it's going to cost me, I'm willing to pay. That's how we got here. That's how we got here. We didn't get here by half knowledge. We didn't get here by half knowledge. Come on, if you're excited, type I'm excited. I'm excited. Come on, everybody. So let's go to it. Home equity line of credit is one of the biggest things. What does that basically mean? Now, this means that when you buy a property, and this is crazy in developed world. That's why if you are poor, you are in the UK, you are in Dubai, you are in, US, you are in Canada, you are in Germany, and you are not rich. Some of you, when I see you talk, I feel like knocking your head. And some of you have permanent residency in those countries, and you have not built wealth. Hey, child. And you know the reason why you didn't build wealth? You are not ready to pay to learn how the system works. That's why you've not built wealth. Home equity line of credit is one thing that if you understand, you should never be poor if you live in the Western world. You should never be poor. You have no business with poverty. What does it mean? It means I want to buy a property. Can you hear how ridiculous this thing is? I want to buy a property. I pay 20% of that property or 30% of that property. I get a lender to give me what? The remaining what? 80% or 70% of the property I bought. Yet, the capital appreciation on the property, I can get it out. What does that? Except for Western world. So I give a practical example. I've told you about this property in East London, okay? Poplar Riverside. It's a development we're selling in London, Central London, in East London. And this property, let's say you are buying 2-bedroom. The 2-bedroom goes for about £560,000. £560,000. So what does that mean? You have about 2 years to pay, right? 20% of that 500 and what? And 60,000. 2 years. Then you get a mortgage. The mortgage pays the what? The remaining 80%. Does that make sense? So if it makes sense, type I'm comprehending. If it makes sense, type I'm comprehending. Now, what happens? Remember, I told you already today, before you even buy that property, that Poplar Riverside development project that we sell in the UK, even today, the capital appreciation is already 130,000. As of today, 130,000. So 1 year down the line or 2 years down the line, what do you think the capital appreciation will be? Definitely no less than $200,000. Now, what does home equity line of credit mean? It means that 200,000 appreciation. Now, I have not finished paying the mortgage, but I can withdraw that 200,000 capital appreciation. Hook, line, and sinker. I can withdraw it. Hey! And I can use that extra $200,000. I can buy more property. Lord. I can even turn that equity line of credit in places like US to a checking account that all my expenses go there. That way, every of my expenses is even written as a loan. So I don't need to even pay tax on it. Okay. And then you are still poor. And then you are still doing $60 an hour, £10 an hour, and then shouting, Dr. Stephen, you don't understand, it's difficult in the UK. Very difficult. The UK, so tough, so hard. Well, it's hard because you've refused to pay for wisdom. The Bible says, buy wisdom, buy wisdom, buy wisdom. Buy wisdom, buy wisdom. There's a reason he said buy it now. There's a reason. He said buy. He didn't say get it for free. He said buy wisdom. Buy. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Why are you poor? I'm not if you're in the Western world. If you're in the Western world, type me. If you're in diaspora, just type me. If you're in diaspora, type me. Even the same thing here in Dubai. Right? And that's why they're difficult to allow people to open corporate account or personal bank account here, because the kind of credit they give people in Dubai, in all this part of the world, the kind of credit. Unfortunately, many of our people, when you get these things, you buy a car, you want to show everybody. I just got Tesla. Hallelujah. Just got me Tesla. Tesla. I just got myself Range Rover, big boy. Now, if the Range Rover is for business like people like us, because don't compare yourself with people like us. We are entrepreneurs. Everything we do is for business. Right? And it's written on the business. So except you to have business that needs that. If I have Rolls Royce today, it's not just to show off. It's so that all my high net worth clients, I'm able to, carry them from the airport, treat them very well. They're able to have confidence and buy more. I'm about to buy private jet, not for me, for the company. But of course, as the MD CEO, as the president and founder, glory to God, I have the exclusive rights, to be the, first right of refusal for using the private jet. Glory to God. Oh, God is God. Okay? But in reality, again, in your mind, he's bought private jet. It's for business. It's for business. If you want to buy a property from me, $10 million, and I ask my PJ to go and pick you, right? Will we talk plenty grammar before you pay the $10 million? There are certain type of clients that the only thing that befits them is a private jet. Very soon we're about to start raising funds internationally. So international investors want to come and see my development in Nigeria because they want to invest $100 million. You think it does not make sense to go and use my private jet to bring them to Nigeria and guarantee their safety? Right? And return them back. You think after using private jet to bring them and to see what I'm doing, you think they will think twice to give me that kind of money? No. So it's important to understand when you take loan should be for asset and not liability. So if I'm taking home equity line of credit, my goal is to buy more properties, is to buy more asset. Right? And not just so as to show off and be doing things. Even that property must generate cash. Okay? So very key, very key. So one of the pepper soup of this rental income we're talking about is the ability to access home equity line of credit. Which before you know it, with this model, in 5 years, you are worth over $2 million. And you can talk to billionaires like us. And we can be colleagues. We billionaires. I'm not if you want to be one of my colleagues, right? We billionaires. We want to be like that. Or you like poverty. Some of you, I've had people who say, Dr. Stephen, not everybody wants to be a rich man. I said, no problem. I didn't force you. I'm sorry. Apologies. Continue with poverty. But I've tasted it too. I was born poor. I've tasted poverty. I've tasted wealth. Oh God, I want wealth. I want riches. I'm good with, just leave me with my wealth. Leave me with, you say, they like money. Leave me. You don't want to join my club. No wahala. No fight. There's no fight, There's no fight. Continue Poverty Association of the World. One thing I can assure you, if you really care about poor people, you need to become rich so that you can help them. Two poor people cannot help themselves. You cannot help anybody being poor. You cannot help the poor being poor because the poor greatest need is money to pay bills. So, for all my billionaire colleagues, can I see your hands up? Billionaire colleagues, where are you? Billionaire colleagues, you are not talking. So, are you ready? Number 6. If you're ready, type I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Number 6. Okay, type I'm ready. Number 6. For you to do this, by the way, as beautiful as all that we've taught you is, you need discipline and you need to get good advice. You need discipline and good advice. This is very, very important. You need discipline and good advice. So please, all I've shared with you are powerful, they are real, they work, I've used them, I'm using them, I'm building wealth. Let me share with you one of the things I'm doing. I'm building 25,000 rental accommodation in Nigeria alone between now and the year 2035. I am keeping 10,000 of it for myself. That's how ambitious I am. And I'm selling the remaining 15,000 to people like you. Yeah. Because I'm also not greedy. So that we can be in the same, colleague, right? Billionaire colleague. And how many of you would like to join that journey with me? For those of you who are interested in doing that in Nigeria. Of course, if you want to do it in the US, I'm ready. If you're a citizen, I'm ready to work with you. If you want to do it in the UK, if you're a citizen, I'm ready to work with you. If you are not a citizen of UK or US, even if you are there, or Canada or Germany, even if you are there, it is better we do in our Nigeria where we are the citizens. We Nigerian citizens, let's invest where we are still citizens for now. Okay? We proud Nigerian citizens. But those of you who claim because they gave you green card or yellow card or blue passport, you claim you are no longer Nigerian citizen. We are not fighting you. We also have opportunity for you in the UK, in the US, and in all these parts of the world, right? But if you are still Nigerian, or you even have the blue green card or all of these things, but you still want to do rental income in Nigeria, I am ready to work with you. So today I'm going to be chatting with some of you as I normally do. I'm going to give 10 of you opportunity to chat me up after this class, just 10 of you. And just tell me your full name and your budget, and we'll look at the rental income that is available for you. And it's actually off-plan sales. So you're actually getting it at a good price. Now, go to my YouTube, you see a testimony of one of my students. In February this year, she bought one of our off-plan sales. True story. She has not even finished paying. As I speak, she bought 28 million. As I speak to you, is 47 million. In less than a year, she has already made 19 million in capital appreciation. In less than a year. Does this make sense at all? If it makes sense, type it makes sense. 19 million capital appreciation. Plus 18577015527. And she has not finished paying. She pays 2 million every month for that property. She has not finished paying. And she already has that. So this is how to build wealth, really, ladies and gentlemen. Because, and it's the way money works for you. And by the time she finishes paying, she gets the key to her house and start renting it out. She has capital appreciation and she has rental income. In 10 years, she's done. She's made back the money she used to buy the property. And for the rest of her life, the rest is profit. Okay? So that is powerful. No, her profit is 19 million. She bought it 28 million. It's now 49 million. So her profit is 19 million. What do you mean by she can't pull out? She can decide to sell it. She can sell the property now for 49 million. Right? She can sell it. There are other people who want to buy. She can even decide to say she will sell it because she wants the money quickly for 45 million, giving the investor 2 million less than what the company is selling. And she will still clean her money, clean cash. You can never, even if it's in Africa, you can't go wrong when it comes to real estate. You can't go wrong. That's the point. If you know what you're doing, you can't go wrong. Right? So please, plus 1-8577015527. Again, plus 1-85. Okay, plus 1-8577015527. So please type, I've pinned the number now, plus 1-8577015527. When you're chatting me up, tell me your full name, tell me your budget, and type residential rental income, please. Type rental because other people chat me up for other things. But for this particular program, type rental income, type your budget, and your full name. Please don't tell me Jack. Jack what? I don't do hi, then waiting for me to say hello, then say how are you today? Please go straight to the point. When you do that, I won't reply you. There are so many of you who have done that. You notice I didn't reply you. I'm not angry with you, but I don't have that time to waste. Hi, then hello, then how are you? I'm fine. Then how is your family? And they are okay. I don't have that time. So one word, full name, budget, rental income. My goal is to buy rental income. I need your guidance. And I'll be willing to reply you. Okay? But you send me hi, hi yourself, right? It's just one of the ways to save time. If you are rich today, it's because you have managed time well. God gave everybody what? 24 hours. Okay? God gave everybody 24 hours. And some people decide to chat. They are 24 hours away. Hi, hello, how are you? Shetibo, do you know? Buhari, he has gone to Mecca. Yeah, Buhari, he doesn't care. Buhari, lesser Hajj. What does that add to me? He goes to Mecca, he goes for lesser Hajj, he does not like me. What does that have to add? One kobo it has not added. Nigeria is messed up. Buhari has messed it up. How does that pay my bills? How does that help me to be richer? Rather, what it has done is to discourage me, spoil my mood. Come on, I want conversations that's so lifting. I want conversation that help me to know that my destiny is in my hands. Right? Those are the conversations I want. Okay? Somebody said Obi Kubana is in Dubai. Really, is he? I'd like to host him. I have an investment chat in a Rolls Royce I'm doing. If he's in Dubai, I'd like to host him for that. Okay? But honestly, I think it's important to know that. You see the difference now? Obi Kubana is in Dubai. My mind is how we can partner. Not to discuss it for news. Okay? And that is the difference between wealthy people and poor people. So, Doctor -- I just want to keep calling your name. I believe I can tap into every of your success through diligence. I so much believe hearing you constantly will keep moving me forward. Just like the woman with the issue of blood, and it happened for her. Absolutely, I believe listening to what I teach goes a long way in helping you. It takes a while. It took me a while to be here. Trust me, many of you don't know. It took me a while. For the first 3 years of learning about financial intelligence, I had nothing. I had no money. I had nothing to show for it. And I was bragging to people how I'm going to be very rich because I knew my mind had seen something. Physically, I didn't look like it. Just my tongue alone sound like it. And for the first 3 years, honestly, when I started listening to people like Robert Kiyosaki, reading their books, I didn't look like it. I didn't look like what I was talking. But over time, what I noticed was my tongue changed. When people say we poor people, I just say I'm not one of them. Even though I was wearing faded clothes, I was wearing bend down select. Even though I was hawking popcorn, selling electronics in Ijebu and all of that, I was selling electronics house to house. Yet I didn't see myself as a poor person because my mind had changed. I didn't even pity myself because my mind I knew where I was going. I knew I was on the right track. I knew I may not look like it as at that time, but I knew I was on the right track. Based on what I've read, I knew I was up to something big. The rest is history today. Okay? So please go to my YouTube channel, Dr. S. Akintayo on YouTube. You can subscribe to it. The information there will keep changing your life. Same thing with Dr. S. Akintayo on Instagram. Oh, those two places, we're going to blow your mind open. Boom! You're going to learn how to build wealth if you continue to follow me. Okay? Let me tell you this. Let me warn you. I can be addictive. Okay? Warning. The same way they say cigarette is addictive. Warning. Dr. Stephen Akintayo messages can be addictive. If you want to continue to listen to him, be sure that you hate poverty and you are determined to become a billionaire. If you don't like being rich, Get out now. Warning. Warning. Disclaimer. Okay? Because this message has the tendency to make you to start dreaming and seeing billions in your dreams. Warning. Disclaimer. They can make you to start seeing billions in your dream. So, warning. Warning. Okay? I'll give you the warning right now. So, but for those of you who want that, Dr. S. Akintayo on YouTube and Dr. S. Akintayo on Instagram. My Instagram is over 200,000. Go follow me, right? And, and I promise you, you're gonna get a lot of value. And like I said earlier, the first 10 people to chat me up, your full name, right? Your full name again, and your budget for rental income. Okay, write your full name, your budget, and I will attend to you. Make sure you type rental income. So again, the number is 0 + 1 8577015527. WhatsApp chat only. Don't call. WhatsApp chat only. Okay, so that's how we do this, and I trust God for you. You're gonna have a great time with me. Okay. Malcolm X said, they say I dream too huge and massive. Yes, that is Stephen Akintayo, contaminating your brain. Somebody one day said, you are brainwashing people. I said, what do you think? I'm brainwashing them, and they know I'm brainwashing them, and they're happy. I'm not even happy that I've been brainwashing you. Because what does brainwashing mean? It just means I am unlearning to relearn and to keep learning. That's just what it means. Brainwashing means I have unlearned. Somebody has opened me up to unlearn the wrong things I've learned before and putting a new mindset into me. So it's only if what the person teach me is a wrong thing and that thing is teaching me is not valuable to me that brainwashing is bad. Okay? But nothing wrong with brainwashing. That's what I do. So, it's brainwashing people. Yeah. I'm brainwashing you to become a rich man. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? I'm brainwashing you to stop living poor and building wealth for yourself and doing charity projects and helping people. The orphanage home we're going to, tomorrow, one of our branches, just one branch is going to an orphanage home and donating about ₦1 million worth of materials to them. You think that I don't feel good? That one branch alone is doing that? Okay? I mean, that's why I want to be rich, so I can help more people, change lives, impact people. But can we do that if we are broke, if we are poor? So who your poverty help, bro? So let's get brainwashed and build wealth. Okay? Olushola say, oh yeah, collect my brain and wash out for me. I love you all, and I want to thank everyone for watching today's video. Thank you so much. Love you. Thank you for being part of what we've been doing, and I look forward to hearing your testimony. Do me a favor, share this video 50 times. We need people to know what we teach. We need their lives to be changed, right? We are adding value. This is more positive, even though people don't join like you want, but this is changing more life than gossip that we do. Changing so many lives. Love you, and bye-bye. Yeah, so who does poverty help? Who poverty help? Right? Who poverty help? I mean, nobody. Darlington, you have started again. Can you ask a question? Shoot, my brother. I like energetic people. What are you taking permission to ask questions? Shoot. Shoot. How do someone reevaluate property? There are property valuers, so get them to help you out. Okay, we have people called property valuers. The property valuers will help you. So the question of Darlington is, how does someone reevaluate property? There are people called property valuers, right? They are there anywhere in the world. Nigeria, UK, US, they are there. Get a property valuer, they will come and they will value your property for you. Okay? So that's how that is done. I hope I've answered you. I gotta go. Love you. Good night. Boom!